What's up, everybody? Josh Red from Practical Theism. Just doing a quick reflection on my way to my third class, actually, over at the Religious Congress, which has been awesome. Just got out and we did Mike Schmitz this morning, and then I took a break, watched the kids, put someone down, and my wife is being awesome and watching the kids so I can swing over here to the last class. But I want to do a quick reflection, throw it down on the gospel readings for today. Today we follow the story of the prodigal son. Kind of interesting because Father Leo, who did our talk yesterday, actually touched on the prodigal son. And there's a lot that's always said on the prodigal son. Typically people focus on the younger son, right? The one who goes astray, who gets involved with all the debauchery, all the prostitution, and all the bad things of life, thinking that they're going to give him ultimate pleasure and fulfillment and inclusion. And he recognizes that he's been at fault and goes back, and the Father graciously welcomes him back without anything required of him. Just welcome back in the family. You're always a son. You were lost, now you're found. You were dead, and now you're alive. Like, it's amazing, and a lot of people focus on that. I wanted to focus for a minute, though, on the older son. The older son was one who didn't go away, didn't have that rant, always kind of seemed to go along with the direction that he was told, obeyed, was obedient, tilled the soil, worked in the yard, and the father always, he always had his father's respect, always was with the family, never had this dramatic experience, this traumatic conversion experience like the younger son did. And I think for a long time I actually identify with the older son quite a bit, because growing up I never had this dramatic experience. In fact, throughout my conversion I actually wondered why I didn't have this dramatic conversion experience. Some friends that I had to go through this really radical thing in order for them to recognize and follow their walk with the Lord. And I never really had that. I always was just kind of walking. I didn't understand why I was walking, but I was walking. I was just kind of an obedient kid. But I think a lot of us too, even if you go through this dramatic conversion experience, you can slip into now all of a sudden the mindset of the older child. One that is, I've always been here, Father, and you've never slaughtered the fattened calf for me. I've always been here. I've always been giving myself and being obedient, and I, for the most part, don't feel appreciated. And why aren't you giving me what's due? Interesting, when you look at the younger son, how he phrases what he's asking his father to do. Father, give me the inheritance which is for me, given to me by you, right? This idea in the Old Testament actually pretty much leads down the path of the way the inheritance works. You never got a drop of the inheritance until the father passed away. So he's basically saying, Dad, I wish you were dead. I wish you were dead. Die to me so I can actually get what's coming to me. That is the inheritance. And so the older son goes to his father, why did you slaughter the fattened calf? I've been here obedient all these years, and you've never slaughtered the fattened calf. In effect, he's in a reverse way saying, why haven't you given me what's good and what's good to me and what's coming my way? And he did it through kind of an inverse psychology. And he basically took a look at his inheritance, his childhood, and his familial relation to the father, and said, you know what? I'm due something. You owe me something for everything that I've been through and everything I've given and everything I've done. Effectively looking at his labor as rewarding of wages. His labor it's necessary that he's given something for what he's gone through and what he's done. And that mindset's so dangerous to put us into, because that actually gets us into a really, really deep, deep-rooted pride that's coming up out of our soul. And when we're sitting in that pride and basking in that pride, it's in those moments that all of a sudden we become the God of our own world. It's in those moments that the dictation of whether or not what's good, what's right, what's just for me relies with me. It's my interpretation and my discernment of what it is that I should be due and should be owed. And you see, that's exactly counter to the life of grace. It's exactly counter to what God's calling us to with a relationship with Jesus. Jesus is giving us his life freely, and we accept it as a gift. It's very gratuitous. Grace is gratuitous. And in the measure that we accept it as a gift and give it away as a gift, that's the measure in which we see our life increase. And so we have to be careful, I think, on the other side of the coin, just like the older son, who looks at everything that they're doing. Maybe you're going to church every Sunday. Maybe you're doing great in the corporal spiritual works of mercy. Maybe your prayer life is just awesome, top tier. you never, ever can forget that every single move in your faith walk is a gift of grace. It's a gift from above. And you have to accept it as a gift and give it back as a gift to those around you, and recognize that you're no better than the son who's walked away if you're seeing your life as something that's owed something. Life is a gift. Grab it, understand it, grow with it, accept it, and give it away as quickly as you got it. Because life's a gift and it deserves to be given as a gift. The gift of love. Anyways, hope everybody's doing great, having a great Saturday. We'll definitely catch you next time. Hit the like button, pound the subscribe button like you mean it so you can get more of this awesome content. And I'm gonna go into class and I will catch you guys next time.